Absolutely fantastic to be out as always. And I'm heading to this beautiful forest. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous sort of English countryside this. Rolling green hills, lush grass, beautiful deciduous forest, full of wild edibles. The smell as soon as you get towards the edge of the forest of the wild garlic's phenomenal. Beautiful place. No Billy today though, gutted man. He's out adventuring with my lad James. So he's had a couple of days up at Lake District paddleboarding. So Billy will be having a fantastic time anyway. It'll be good for him. He'll be in water because it's been hot, hasn't it? So he'll have been swimming about all the time and living the dream. So at least he's having a good time. But I'll miss him tonight in forest. Absolutely. What a stunning place. Straight away as soon as you come in here. It's quiet, apart from the bird life. It's full of wild animals, this place. It's an amazing forest. Yeah, I'm in for a good night. I'm in the upper reaches of the forest. I can smell smoke. I'm hoping it's just coming from one of the distance farmhouses and they're burning a bit of stuff. And there's no one else in the forest. I've never seen anyone here. But yeah, time will tell, eh? This is an out location where I had a shelter here. If you've watched some of my old videos, I did a review on a large felt knife, and I also made a wooden sheath for one of my Morra companions, and this is the spot I used. This was a shelter. So I know this is an old fire pit of mine. So I know I might use this tonight. It makes sense really. I mean, I know that this fire pit's bomber because I brought bags and bags of rocks up Front River and then I brought a few bags of sand as well. So it's all lined in sand, rocks and sand. So it's an absolute bomber fire pit. Like I say, hasn't been used for years. But I know it's bomber, so I'm gonna use this tonight. I'm gonna have a look at it. I might change it into a Dakota fire pit. Yeah, it's gonna do a job this. I wish I brought a better shovel though. I was just getting my kit together and I saw this one, it's bottom, but it's knackered. This, it's old and knackered. I've got better ones, I should have brought them. In fact, I was watching one of Jimmy Lundy's films from other week with his Speznaz shovel or whatever. That's a good bit of kit. I need to get myself one of them because this is crap. I have another one that I use for digging worms on course when I'm long lining and that. But I reckon one of them Speznaz shovels, a lot more carryable, and it'd work for all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I reckon this is going to be alright. I'm getting down to clay now. There's some roots round edges, but I'll make sure I dig my hole big enough. This is that good old down and dirty bushcraft that I love so much. Yeah, can't beat it. Hey, told you it were knackered. the handle snapped off. But hey, still a good tool. I've dug these before just using a digging stick that I've made from a bit of hardwood. So, you know, this is better than a digging stick. I could always fashion an handle for it, but at the minute, it's doing the job fine. Got to adapt, haven't you? Hey? Adapt and use what you've got. I'm getting there. Just need to dig an hole through here now, from there out into this one. Yeah. I might put an handle on it, I don't know yet. I mean, my arm's an handle in it. We'll see. See how it's going. Hope I don't find too many rocks. That can make it a pain in the ass. I tell you what, it's weird not having Billy Dog to watch me back. You know when you're like I am, arse up, head down. Usually I've got Billy Dog on guard, you know. He's always standing guard or sitting guard, watching what's happening around you. Do you know what I mean? If there's anyone about or anything happening, he'll let you know straight away. You can't beat a good dog, can you? A bit of grass that. I've got a bit of chicken as well. It's nice and cool down there. So I'm going to stash that down there, can be my ground oven till later on. I'm in the DD mesh tent tonight. Absolutely great for this sort of weather. Yeah, there's a few more loops down there you can use to hold this top bit up, but the ridge, once you've got this in the backing, it's pretty solid. I've got the tarp just flying over one side. Probably not going to need it tonight, but gives me that little bit of shade for when the sun comes up in the morning. And I can always drop it down this side if I need to, if it starts raining during night. I've got a few pegs made over there, so if it started raining, jump out, peg it down, boom, back in my bag, I'm right. I've got this new mat, so I'm going to try this new mat. I mean, packs up small, doesn't it? It's a summer mat, so you know it packs up small, but it's a big mat. Pumps up really thick. So I tried it one night. I tried it in my Bangor Banshee, and it's too big for the Bangor Banshee. Just too big, because the Bangor Banshee's a small tent. My feet were touching roof. It were a squeeze. I think I had Billy in with me as well, so it were air graft. But for this on my own tonight, I think we're gonna be grand. It's off Amazon, and you know, I get a few freebies every now and then. I don't know whether to take it to Canada with me on a trip coming up, so I'm going to try it again tonight. I just want to make sure it's hardcore enough, you know. I've seen them going about a bit. They must be sending a lot out to people, and it pumps up itself. It's like a self-inflating one. You open the pill a bit, and you stand on it, and it pumps it up itself. So I'm going to get that done. and get it whacked in here, and we're going to try it out. I'll show you in a minute when I pumped it up. But whip these doors open, throw that in there. You can pump it up with your foot, or like I've done it fast, I just pump it up with my hands. There's a drain valve at the bottom, so make sure that one's shut, that one's locked solid. But yeah, it's a nice big sleeping pad. I don't know how warm it's going to be. Last time I used like a thin insulating mat underneath it, you know, your foam mats. I'm going to try it tonight as it is on its own, but I mean it's going to be warm tonight, so it should be right. But I'm only in a jungle sleeping bag. We'll see how I get on with it. Anyhow, I'm going to pump it up. Yeah, I'm thinking about taking it to Canada. I mean that end's the pillow end, sorry, that top end, so I'll be swapping it round in a minute. My head's going to be at this end. But yeah, I'm thinking about taking it over here. I mean, when you a long trip, 17 days or whatever, you want to be comfy at night, don't you? If you're grafting all day, doing long portages. I've got some 2.5k portages, paddling and portaging and living outside for, you know, over 2 weeks. Like, you want to be sleeping alright, don't you? And this is nice and thick, so I'm considering it. That's rockers. Right, that's rock solid. Yeah, so this is your pillar. It pumps up thicker. I mean, you can see just how thick that is. You know, that's like, blimey, must be 1, 2, 3, at least 4 inches thick. Something like that, yeah, probably about 4 inches thick. You know, so it's a good sized mat. Took me about 3 minutes to pump that up, something like that. So it's relatively easy pumping up, goes down straight away. Get all the air out, dead easy to roll, dead quick. So, you know, in theory, it's a good mat. I'm going to test it out again tonight, and I'll let you know tomorrow morning what I reckon of it. But yeah, well, like I say, it's thick. And it's not massively wide, but it's quite wide. So when you're putting it in little tents like the Vango Banshee, etc., you're raising yourself up a good old chunk. My normal mattress is like this sort of thickness, yeah, when I'm not led on it. So, you know, you're putting it, you're raising yourself closer to the roof. But be nice to get a bit of comfort, wouldn't it? A bit of padding under those hips and knees. Anyhow, we'll see what it's like tonight. I'm pretty much stealth camping today, so Dakota fire is going to be handy. Keep me light down there. It's quite economical. Not going to be a lot of smoke. It's all there's not going to be bursting out with flames that you can see from a mile away. My shelter's relatively small. I've not brought my axe for that reason. It's a quiet woods, and when you start smacking things with the axe, sound travels. So just a saw and a knife, which are going to be plenty to do the job. I'm going to build myself a little bed at the bottom of that Dakota fire pit, and then I'm going to get prepped for lighting my fire after. Pretty quiet, aren't they? Getting ready for a brew, I tell you. Getting ready for a brew. Yeah. That's it, way there. We'll get some water in here. We'll get this fire sparked up in a minute. As always, I could just quite easily light it with a lighter or a match. I've got them on my person, so, but always good to practice with ferro rod. that in there. Rub all these bits in. Like that. So them on top. Them bits in. And that burned down. I'll let that burn down, it'll soon burn down nicely, that. Good thing about these sort of fires, they're quite good at conserving fuel as well. They're flames at the minute though, blooming heck. It's only been going about a minute. I'm going to modify that pot hanger. It's a simple pot hanger, you'll have seen me making it before. I've done a couple of vids, well, I've done one vid on it, you've seen it in other vids. I'm going to modify it in a minute. I'm going to make a hook to go with it so it's easier to get your pots on and off. Get with tea on, get a bit of chicken cooked. Got some chicken in this, and I've got some noodles and mushroom sauce and that in that one. Pasta, sorry, not noodles. This chicken rattled up. Oof, hot that now. Banging out some heat that now. So chicken and pasta for me tonight for my tea. And mushrooms, looks nice that. Smells good. We'll hit the spot, no doubt. Are you ready for another brew in a minute after I've had this? My cousin Simon's turned up, so he's just setting his gear up over here. Perfect size, them two trees, aren't they? Perfect. Yeah. So he's going for a similar setup to me, a bit of ground dwelling under type. Yeah, nice big lean-to with a bit of an overhang over the front. So it's Simon who I get all my my bags and stuff off, and them mats, them camouflage mats I use, and all my bags. Early creations on Etsy. Well, yeah, Simon's a wildlife photographer, so hopefully we might get a few shots tonight. Fingers crossed. And it morning, so he'll have his big camera and all his gear with him, so it'd be nice to get some good shots, wouldn't it? I'm going to knock up a quick modification to that pot hanger. So instead of wrapping it through the handle, I'm going to make it so it'll locate on this hook, and then this hook can go up and down. Be a lot better. So I'm going to put a typical notch in there so we can hang it under that. Your pot hanging notch. So it's going to be undercut. Got to do a good job on it when food's on it, innit? Hey, you can't afford to look, and even worse, water. You know, when you're boiling water and stuff. Oh, there's no worse than stuff like that dropping into the fire, and you've got to start all over again. Here, that'll do us. How's that? That'll do us, won't it? Yeah, and I'll show you how I'm going to use it. So now, instead of using the usual where you come back through, yeah, pull a little bit of rope through there, a bit of cordage, and then that toggles in there. Yeah, and then we usually lower it up and down from that. But to get it out now, it's wrapped round that. So you've always got to take it to bits to get it out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing. Put my rope through there and my toggle, so I can lower it up and down. But I'm going to put this on here, there, and then we can just hang that on there. Yeah, so we can lower it up and down now, dead easy. But I've got that on there, so it's a lot easier to get it off. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? They're looking good, them sausages.
They will be when they're cut in half. They're a bit hard to do on here.
You really can't beat it. Time it woods, eh? It's amazing. Yeah, if you've never used the Dakota fire roll, you should do. Give it a try. Great forest. I mean, it's a bit of a stealth camp in here tonight, so it's fantastic because the fire's underground. So from a distance, when it starts getting dark, I know it's summer, it's only getting dark later on, but in winter, when it's dark at 3 o'clock, you know, and people are still knocking about, your fire's underground, so you can't really see it. Especially if you keep it nice and neat like it is now. It supplies loads of heat too, so it's a bit like a rocket stove. So if you position it perfectly, so your other channel, your air channel, is into the wind, and the wind comes down there, and then you can make a shallow trench so the air runs in, and then it really drives something, it gets hot. And that being said, it's a good fire for burning substandard fuel. So because it does get so hot, because of that air being channeled in, etc., you can burn some substandard fuel in there, so stuff that's not ideal. So when you're short of decent wood, you know that once that's getting that rocket stove sort of channeling into it, it's going to be a good little fire and burn that sort of fuel. You've got enough fuel to keep yourself warm and cook, etc. And you're still banging some heat out. When I mentioned keeping warm, so as long, you know, if you're close to that fire, it's lovely round it. So, and great for cooking over. Honestly, put your green wood over like I did before, my frying pan, and you can put your pots over it, put your tripod over the top. You can stick a hot rock over the top and cook on that. But yeah, it's a cracking little fire, the Dakota fire roll. So yeah, have a go with it if you've never used it before. That little tripod, look, it's tiny.
That one that you got?
Yeah, I
Don't stand up.
Sleeping mat did a good job. It's yeah, it sounds a pound. Comfy. Don't know how warm it is. I mean, I was a bit chilly to be fair last night, but I were only in my jungle snug pack sleeping bag, and I weren't too bad, but it were a little bit fresher during night. There was a little bit of a breeze coming through, like a bit of a cold wind coming through, so, well, I won't say cold, but a little bit fresh, so I weren't like toasty warm anyway, but I couldn't feel any cold from the ground really, so did a good job. So yeah, pop that open, just all the ears out, roll it up dead small, dead quick. So yeah, good little bit of kit. Nice to have that extra thickness for the ground. I'm a bit of a side sleeper, so when your hips dig in and what have you, it's bang on. But yeah, good little bit of kit. I mean, these have some press studs, so you can fasten two together. Whether that's a bit of a gimmick or what, I don't know, because you know what I mean. Well, why would you need to fasten two together or whatever? You just bloody lay them next to each other if you need to, don't you? But I suppose, yeah, if you want to be, you know what I mean, dead close to misses or whatever. But anyway, yeah, great enough. Good job. Now, one of the good things of this mat is it deflates really easy. So I mean, like breaking camp wise, that quick, boom, all done. Sorted. Not a bad little size. Absolutely fine. Bit of scrambled eggs. Little feather stick we didn't use. Shove that in that one. Now what I'm going to do, easy to fill these Dakotas in. I'll fill it in, but then, like I say, it's all going to be soft. That's it, job. Yeah, I mean, I'll be able to pull that out easy. Yeah. I'll come back. I've left the channel in between. Just cover them up with some leaves. Like we've never been here. Right, well thanks for joining us. Leave no trace as usual. So I'm going to potter out through this beautiful woodland now and have a look about. It was a good night. I hope you enjoyed that Dakota fire pit and what have you. Nice to spend night with Simon out here, just chilling in woods and that. A few brews and just a mellow evening. Anyway, like I say, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you again real soon. Alright, see you later. Ta-ra.